All right, so now let's go to let's go to, the Raptors. The Raptors and the Lakers. Now, they played on Sunday night, you know what I'm saying? And I know obviously the Raptors also had a back-to-back, right? They had a back-to-back versus the Jazz, and they did lose and stuff like that, and OG was playing and all of that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, I know they lost to the Jazz and they don't have Donovan Mitchell and stuff like that, but I don't even want to, that's not the highlight. That's not what I'm talking about because there was 2 games on the weekend, right? We're going to talk about the Sunday game. The Sunday game with the Raptors versus the Lakers. Lowry went to, see me when I work, boy. That's what Lowry did. Even Pascal as well, too. Just basically it made LeBron say what he said about the plane. Like, the Raptors were the culprit. You know what I mean? They were the real reason for just everyone looking at the Lakers like, really? You can't be the Raptors with no OG, no Van Vliet, and no Trent? Lowry's frying like that season high on y'all beans? Pascal is showing ability step back on AD too? Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I want to see from Pascal. That's why when I'm critiquing Pascal, you know what I'm saying? And let me even, before I even go into that, you know what I mean? Basically, that's what happened. Obviously, LeBron had to, not play the last end of the game, ankle soreness. AD was struggling. He wasn't doing what he normally was doing, right? You see them struggling. That's what I said. It's a testament to KD being elite because, again, this is normal. You're supposed to have Russ coming back, even if you are elite. It's normal to have that, but KD ain't normal. That's a testament to just KD's greatness. So y'all can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't be saying, oh, my God, give LeBron time, and then KD, you don't need no time, and then still say LeBron better. Have your cake and eat it too. Or if you say LeBron better, then be mad that LeBron needs time. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have your cake and eat it too. But anyway, that's a different. We're not going to go into that rabbit hole. But, at the end of the day, we look at it. AD 5 for 16. Drummond 8 for 14, played well, 19 and 11. You know what I'm saying? But the players, the auxiliary parts, Kuzma played well, 8 for 16, but the other parts don't look like the other parts. Now, their numbers will say you'll see a 3 for 3, a 5 for 8, you'll see a 3 for 6. But then it's how they're scoring that looks different. And I'll talk about this later when I talk about the Lakers. But, in terms of the game, LeBron isn't LeBron. He don't look like the same LeBron. And it's funny how they have injury history. They have injury, oh my God, the Nets aren't looking the same. They're injured. Are they ever going to be together? They're injured. And that's how they're going with the Nets. But then you don't apply the same energy to the Lakers. But then KD comes back fine. Kyrie's there fine. And is waiting on Harden. So if anything, they're more so going to be more healthy. The Lakers, you haven't even seen come back fine. Then when LeBron comes back, he don't look right. Now he's saying he's not 100%. He might not be 100%. This and that in the third. But yet y'all still have Lakers finals, Lakers finals, Lakers finals. Then now if they don't win, LeBron injured. Like, this is what they do. This is what they do. I see it from a mile away before it happens, right? This is what they do. They built in excuses prior to everything. This is what they do. They were the same one. And then now if the Nets fry and the Nets win, oh, they're supposed to win. Look who they have. But y'all said it won't going to work. Y'all say they're not going to win. Y'all say they're not going to beat Philly. Y'all say they're not going to beat the Bucks. Y'all say they're not going to beat the Lakers. The Lakers are going to win again. And now look. So anyways, let's go into the context because I gave it that context. Let's go straight right to it, boy. Man, you already know. That's what I do. I debunk bare bullshit. I'm allergic to it. Like Cat Williams said. Allergic to bullshit, man. That's what we're allergic to. Because you have to, at the end of the day, like, it's just fugazi. These narratives and just the way they go about things and just the way they just cap is just straight. It's just fugazi, man. I don't like it, and it's irritating, man. It's just disingenuous and unauthentic, and it just depreciates the game. It depreciates the delicacy of the game. It takes away from it, man. Especially for purists and the hooper mind. It's just cap. It's hard to hear this fugaziness, right? So. Anyways, let's go into it, right? So first thing, Raptors, right? Pascal, like when I hear from Pascal fans, oh my God, you're too hard on him and this, that, and the third. Wait, he might get ability. He might improve. He might did it. Like, listen, that's what my knock against Pascal is. And that's what it has been. It's not the fact like y'all don't see ability happen, so y'all think he don't have ability. He has ability. No, I'm not saying on that level. That where you're going to perform it and going to display it, even if you're struggling at all times. No, he's not on that level, but he has it where he could display. He has enough to show some of it every game. He has enough to do a step back midi at least 3-5 times a game. He can. Clearly, you've seen him do it. That's what I'm saying. You've seen him do it. So the fact that he could do it at any time, if you could do it at any time, if you could do one step back and hit it at any time, that means it's there. Now, if it's efficient, if it's something you go to often, it's a mentality thing. It's not an ability thing. And that's been my assessment with Pascal all day, every day. It's been his mentality has been a frail mentality. Sorry, it's been a frail mentality. His mental game and his mental makeup, and that's where you see the character of different people, is the mentality, how strong you are mentally. Everybody in the league, you have to have some type of strong mental game. Just be in the league and deal with the rigorous media. They bash you. Well, even me, I guess people will say I'm media too. They bash you. They glorify you. They don't like that fan base, that battle of one day you're praised, one day you're not. Like, that's already a different mindset that any NBA player, the fact that you're there and you're able to just live and die by that, right? Every single day you're able to, you perform, you don't perform, and you come out again, and just that NBA life is already, you have to have a different mental makeup than the rest of just the average everyday person to just live that life, right? We already understand that. There's certain mental capacity that you have to even just operate in the NBA. We get that, right? Now let's go past that. Let's go further than that. Now, there's different levels of mental game. Now, the extreme elite mental guys, like the KD. KD is top. I know everyone said you love KD. No. KD is top. It's just facts. It's not about whether I like or not or love or not. I'm not a biased person. It's just fact. KD, the reason why it's top tier mental game, because we've seen LeBron and then people don't like me to bring this up because, LeBron fans are salty, but we've seen LeBron, his first time in Miami, being the villain. We've seen mental. We've seen him move frail mentally. We've seen, mental meltdowns. We've seen that for multiple games. We've seen that in the finals. We've seen Jason Terry off the bench average more than LeBron. We've seen Dirk Nowitzki average more than LeBron. We've seen Wade average more than LeBron. Bosh average more than LeBron. He was the 5th top scorer of the series. We've seen that. Don't act like that didn't happen. So that, again, yes, LeBron is mentally strong to deal with whatever he deals with. The fact that he had all this coming into the league, all this, he's the next MJ, whatever, and all that, whatever. And the fact that he lived up to any standard. I don't think he lived up to MJ's standard. But the fact that he's even at this elite level, period, you have to have a certain type of tough mentality. Yes, we get that. But is it the top tier one? Like, there's levels to this. Is it tier one? No, KD's is tier one because KD, again, was the villain. Just like LeBron, but you seen him perform. You seen it look like it don't matter. You seen him look like he was the same guy who was loved, while the villain, same buckets, same 30 points on 50+% shooting in the finals. In OKC, he did that. In Golden State, he did that all the time. So that's why KD's tier one. No matter what you say about him, no matter what shit you talk about him, no matter how media bash him, you still fear him when it matters because he's there. It don't matter. That's tier one, right? You got the Dame, you got the Kyrie, you got those type of guys. They're in that tier, right? Kobe, MJ, whatever, they're in that tier. But then, you got different tiers, and that's where I look at it with Pascal, right? And how it comes full circle to Pascal, because there's a mental deficiency. Doesn't mean he has the most frailest mental game, but as a superstar potential that people think he is, or an all-star caliber player, he has a weaker mentality, because you could see in his game when he has a advantage, ability. But when I have the best defender on me, when I have there's length on me, there's Bam is on me, Giannis is on me, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You see, I'm not going to do no ability. I'm going to go to what I know. Paint, or shoot, catch and shoot open threes. And even then I miss those too. And I don't care about misses. I never care about misses. You care about it in being efficient. Is this player playing elite today? But in the overall grand scheme of that player, I don't care about misses. I care about your ability, your arsenal, and your mental makeup. Can you do ability? That best guy on you, let him know he can't guard you. You're only going to go to the paint because now this guy's on. You're not going to do, like, does your takes change depending on who's guarding you? If your takes change, and there's a difference. Like, KD, Kyrie, the elite guys, Devin Booker, their takes might change depending on who's guarding you because, again, you're going to what is elite for you. But in the grand scheme, it's still an Arsenal take. So in the grand scheme, the takes don't change. Now, if you want to nitpick and, like, am I going to do a step back if I have a mismatch? I'm going to the post. Like, it's still an Arsenal take. Your take has changed depending on who's guarding you. If you have a taller guy guarding you, I'm going to face you up now. Capella guarding me with KD, I'm going to give you the double cross. If Drew Holiday guarding you, sometimes you can do the double cross and whatever, and he still does it. But I'm going to go to the post and I'm going to do a left shoulder, right shoulder because you're a baby. It's Gerber, you better serve her. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still an Arsenal take, though. It's not just I'm strictly paint versus jump shots. Now, when you look at that battle, that's where, like, okay, this guy is he has some mental, he's weak mentally at some aspect. In some retrospect, he's not as strong mentally as those guys. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at it from that perspective, that's been my main knock with Pascal. Has been, I've seen him adjust based on who's guarding him, based on what team he's playing, based on the brighter lights, based on the playoffs. Like, he changes his takes and his comfortability changes depending on what's at hand. When he doesn't have an advantage, you see strictly he does this. When he has an advantage, now you're seeing all the arsenal. So that means the arsenal is there. It's not that it's not there. But the output, the application of the arsenal is dictated depending on the X, Y, and Z. That's when someone is mentally frail in some aspect. And that's what I don't like. And that's what hinders. That's where you see the difference between a superstar and an all-star. Because a lot of these guys all have similar ability, but the mental capacity is where people don't take that into account because they don't hoop, so they don't know. Right? Because you've been in that situation. You've been in that. It's not every hooper. I'm talking about if you've been a hooper, you compete. You know what I'm saying? Being competitive. Actually been practicing, trying to be elite. You've been the best on your team. Like, what goes into that. Doesn't matter what level you've been on an elementary level. There's at the end of the day, there's something that goes into that. There's something that goes into understanding about, okay, when all fails, it rides on me. I can't just go, if I pass to this guy, he's struggling, I have to perform. I can't just run to the paint. They're going to guard me. They're going to gap me properly. They're going to try and make me, they're going to try and make my weaknesses, be glaring, and they're going to expose it and make me go to my weaknesses all the time. So, you know what? Let me clean up my weaknesses so where I have no weakness. So no matter what you try to do to me, I'm going to find a way to be elite. I'm a carry. You know what I'm saying? And that's where you can see this guy. Oh, he's a superstar. Oh, he's a number one option no matter where he goes. You could drop him anywhere. That's where that goes into. And Pascal, he can do it, but his mental game is what dictates and what hinders him from being on that level. And you saw the ability perform, and now you're starting to see it more often because why? There's no pressure of making the playoffs. They probably are. They're most likely tanking. They're doing injury management. They're like, come on now. If it was real playoff push, everyone would be playing. So now there's no pressure of making the play. There's no pressure, period. Now he's just playing free flow. He's playing free flow. This is the best he's played this whole year. There's no pressure of anything. You can win or lose. It don't matter. Niggas don't care. So that's why you're now seeing I dive into stuff real deep level context, right? Advanced level thinking. That's why you're seeing even verse 80 he's going to do a step back. Like now you're starting to see him actually start practicing takes. He's watching Yuta doing takes. He's watching Trent like, yo, you say a word. I'm going to do it too then. And then now we bring up Lowry. Lowry, like this is the hooper. If you're a hooper, like this is what you find ways to, you know what? Say a word. I'm circling this game. You find ways to just get mad. You find ways to actually, you know what? Little things. You looked at me wrong? Are you stupid? I'm going to get this bucket. You sagged off me? Are you dumb? Play up. Don't ever do that to me again. You find ways to get mad so you could actually perform. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's hardest when you're not mad and just playing and you might have had a fight with your wife today or something happened in your personal life. Now you got to come to the court. You're playing the Rockets. Are you really going to just go to work? Right? I mean, like, It's hard, man. It's hard. You're in a CU party. Like, we don't even bring all of that up, right? It's hard every day to treat every game like that. That's why the ones like Westbrook that do it every single time, they're different. It's hard. Mentally, it's hard to do that. So hoopers always find little reasons, little things to get mad. So where it's like, I'm about to snap. Are you like, nah, I'm going off today. And that's what Lowry did. Y'all wanted to trade for me, but then you said no to who? THT? Who? TNT? What? Me. I have a ring. You did that. Schroeder is better than, like, nah. When I play y'all, I'm a fry you. I'm a cook eggs, bacon, grits, whatever you want. I'm cooking. And we going to use oil so it splashes. Pun intended. You know what I'm saying? That's what we doing. I'm frying. So that's why you seeing Lowry just bring out the whole arsenal. Lowry just, the man treated it like it was King's Court. King's Court, BM's King of the Hill, King's Court, 3 dribble, 3 dribble max. That's what he treated it like, or 5-second max. And we do ones like the Team USA, King's Court type shit. Like, that's what we doing. That's how Lowry was treating it. And, just straight ability, frying, pull-ups, threes. Like, man was looking like Steph, like looking like Dame. Like, man, Arsenal step backs, all of that type of stuff. Like, when you look at that, that's when you're like, okay, he was sparked. And you see on his face and his demeanor, he's looking at the GM, looking at the coach, looking at every man, everybody there. Genie, whoever, Pelinka. Like, are you dumb? Pull that trigger. And it doesn't matter, and that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter if, like, it doesn't mean Lowry wanted to go to the Lakers. It doesn't mean Lowry wanted to go to Philly. It doesn't mean he even wanted to leave Toronto. But at the end of the day, you find reasons. You found out why you didn't get traded for. Oh, they said no to me? I'm not worth that? Oh, okay. Noted. Circle the game. April what? Or May 2nd. I'm about to kill. And that's what you saw. You know what I'm saying? And that's what elite looks like. Like, hoopers know. If you're a hooper, you know what it is. You know what I mean? You circle that game. And that's, you know what I mean? You get an out-of-body experience because you mad, yo. When any hooper that plays mad always plays their best. But the real ones you fear are the ones that can play their best when mad. Because some guys, when they're mad, get flustered and, So, at the end of the day, Lowry just showed what elite looks like, man. Lowry trying to wow me. That was a great display of ability, and I love to see that, man. But Lowry has that, but it's not enough to where you see it on an everyday. It's not potent enough. That ability isn't surreal, potent, elite enough to where you see it on an everyday basis. You're going to see it in flashes. You're going to see it in glimpses. You know what I mean? Burst, here and there, stretches. You're going to see it. But it's not an everyday basis to where I live and die by this. And Lowry isn't there. He's never been there. He's never been that type of player. And that's why I always said, it's not like I don't rate Lowry, but the way the Raptors fans boost Lowry, they put him on like a Dame type of level. Or like a 1 tier lower than Dame. They put him on like a Chris Paul type of level. A Jimmy Butler type of level. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. Like, he is solid, but no, that's wrong. The Trae Young level, like, no. Luke, like, no. Don't do that. Don't do that. The ability is not elite enough to do that. Now, it's not like he's a scrub. You know what I'm saying? But he's not on that level. He's not on that level. So, that's what I've always been. That everything I do is to just give clarity and just to rate everything accordingly. Everything I do is to do that. That's everything I say. Everything I do is for that purpose only. It's not because of bias. It's not because of that. Y'all cap. So I have to debunk that shit and give real perspective and, and real, just show man's what it actually really is. It doesn't mean I know everything, but that lens knows, at the end of the day, Hooper knows, real recognize real. That's what it really is. To be honest, it's not, you know what I mean? You update your information as it comes at hand. Update your information. So, honestly, that's what elite looks like. And I like what I saw from the Raptors. And now this trickles down to the Lakers now.